If someone from one of the major sports leagues, say NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, or even the NHL, were to walk up and say, you know what we need to do? We need to institute a policy to make sure that fewer people of this skin color are employed here. You might turn around and call that racist because it is racist. It's literally the definition of racism. But if you suggest that for white people, then that's perfectly acceptable in the woke sports world. So when the NHL came out and said, you know what, we just have way too many white people working here, not just in our staff, but also with our players and our coaches. We need to do everything we can to get fewer white people in the NHL. Most normal people would look at that statement and call it racist as fuck. But for the woke sports media, for the woke sports world, that's perfectly acceptable. And that's exactly what happened. NHL commits to increasing diversity, reduce share of white players and employees. And this was the statement made out there by AP Sports. The NHL's first internal demographic study found its workforce to be overwhelmingly white. What a shock. The vast majority of the fan base, the vast majority of the players in the NHL are predominantly white. Why would it be a surprise that most people that work in the NHL are predominantly white? Spoiler alert, it's not a secret. Everyone would expect that. But when you hire woke activists whose entire fucking job description is to destroy your company through identity politics, you shouldn't be surprised when these are the types of reactions that they have. Kim Davis, NHL Executive Vice President of Social Impact Growth and Legislative Affairs, says seeing the numbers is a first step towards fixing the problem. There's no fucking problem with that. In the same way that there's no problem with 70% of the players in the NFL being black. If I were to come out and say, you know what we need in football? Fewer black players. A lot of people would probably look at me sideways if I said something like that, because it shouldn't matter. All that matters is the product that you put on the field, or in the NHL's case, the ice. That is all that fucking matters. But these people are fucking delusional. It should be noted, this tweet has gotten ratioed to hell, destroyed, because everybody dislikes this, especially NHL fans. The NHL released a diversity inclusion report on Monday, declaring its commitment to implement hiring practices related to racial demographics, gender identity, and sexual orientation. Yes, there's not enough trans people. Not enough trans people in the NHL. What a bunch of fucking pussies. We are working together to better understand and accelerate our engagement across all layers of diversity, including nationality, race, gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, and religion. Disability, what, you want people in fucking wheelchairs on the NHL ice? Maybe, I don't know. And their nuances and intersections. Intersectionality, ladies and gentlemen. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman wrote in report's introduction. Bettman framed, oh my gosh. I didn't see this when I was skimming the article earlier. Bettman framed the murder of George Floyd as an impetus for reignited movements for social justice, which in turn led the NHL to new ways of thinking and new internal competencies. Holy shit, dude. Through street hockey, more children in more neighborhoods can access the benefit of the sport. Hey guys, we want more black people playing NHL, so let's put it out in the street. Let's do it in the hood, guys. Street hockey. Very inclusive. A social and cultural movement for change is growing across the NHL. The first ever diversity report outlines a vision for the future of the game. All NHL office employees will be subjected to a 2-day learning experience regarding the dynamics of bias, privilege, and power, according to a report. Structures and cultures must shift to create an inclusive environment for all. The report repeatedly deploys leftist terminology and acronyms, including LGBTQ+, Black, Indigenous, and people of color, allyship, and pansexual, and uses the left-wing stylistic approach of capitalizing black but not white. Well, that's how it is, right? We gotta make up for the wrongs of the past. Isn't that right? In every fucking sport, every aspect of entertainment, every aspect of life is being destroyed by this woke bullshit right now. And we may as well listen to this dumb bitch talk.
It says that we are where we expected to be, but now we have the facts to back it up. I think the one area that we are feeling positive about is that 38% of our workforce are women. We've done a lot of work to improve in that area, and it's very consistent with our current female fan base of 40%, and so that's a great benchmark. Having said that, we know.
So that should be good, right? You shouldn't need to do any more. You shouldn't need to get it 50%. Your fan base is 40%. That's pretty representative, right? That is never, ever fucking enough for these lunatics.
We have work to do with women of color, and we're leaning into that. I think the thing that you should take away from the workforce study is that it is a progressive outlook on how you begin to manage your talent. And
so basically, this tells us who we need to hire more of. We need to stop hiring white people. We need to start hiring black people and gay people and people in wheelchairs or whatever fucking disabilities they're talking about. That's the outcome. And there's a couple reactions here. Bobby Burack, there's nothing NHL can do to appease the woke mob. NFL's over 70% black, and the left calls it racist daily. The Guardian accuses the Mavericks of racism for having more white players than the average 16.9%. Only winning move is to not play the game to ignore these race hustlers. Saw this from End Wokeness. The NHL's 83% white. Average NHL salary, $3.5 million. The NBA is 73% black. Average NBA salary, $8.5 million. If the roles were reversed, there'd be 50,000 articles about closing the racial income gap in sports. It is so laughable, the things that these people try to pull out of their ass. This is ridiculous. I'm glad it's getting ratioed. How many comments are on this thing? 3,700 comments to 253 likes. Maybe NHL, you should pay attention. Maybe you should realize that by these stupid diversity quotas and this progressive garbage that you push, you are alienating your current fan base in search of appeasing the woke mob who will never, ever tune into this. Absolutely ridiculous from the woke NHL. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.